Thanks for tuning into SoundON Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, David Ford, and joining me is your other host, Tim Ostdiek. Tim, how are you, sir?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you, Dave?
Doing well, thank you. We're going to bring you all of the Boulder County music news, who's playing where, when, and we're also going to bring you exclusive artist interviews, jam sessions, album releases, and a bunch more. I'm excited.
Me too. We've been talking about this for a little while.
Yeah.
And now it's happening.
Yeah.
Mics are on. Things are moving.
Exactly. So, Tim, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a singer-songwriter from Longmont, Colorado. I've been writing songs ever since I was in high school. Learned guitar from a fellow named Perry Brenning.
I know Perry.
You know Perry Brenning?
Yes.
One of the finest cats
Honorable
around.
mention, name drop.
That's right. So fell in love with music early on, learned a Bob Dylan song, then figured out I could play 3 chords and do anything else I wanted to with it.
What Bob Dylan song?
I think it was Don't Think Twice, It's All Right. And that one's actually more than 3 chords.
Ah, so you tricked yourself.
I tricked myself. I was like, I got like 10 chords in this song. But none of them were too tough. And then started making up my own music and studied music in college, and then moved to Longmont, Colorado, and I've been gigging pretty heavily here for the past several years, and that's about it.
Yeah, you're really involved in the scene out here. You're part of SoundBridge, right?
Yep, SoundBridge Music.
Yep.
Nonprofit to bring positive change to the world through music, and SoundBridge has been kicking for a couple of years and has a big fundraiser coming up on November 17th. I'll be playing at, but we'll get to all those shows later.
Yes, we will.
But yeah, tell us about yourself, Dave.
So, this may come as no surprise, but Tim and I have known each other for a while, both grown up in Nebraska and just a couple miles from each other, but grew up in a small town, Nebraska as well, and have been playing music since I was in 4th grade. Started playing percussion then and really fell in love with everything percussion related, and continued that throughout high school. Did a little bit of chorus in high school and singing, and then studied music in college as well when I picked up a guitar and started playing the guitar and really fell in love with that. Fortunately, it also happens to be a little easier to carry around, and so that's a pro as well. But yeah, and I'm just excited to bring the audience closer with the artists that they love here in the Boulder County area.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's talk about our first guest that we've got coming up next week. We're going to have John Bunsley here in studio. And John is a fantastic singer-songwriter who's got an album coming out very soon. In fact, I'm really excited. I'm going to the mastering studio with him on Friday. Oh. And we're going to talk about, all of that stuff and go over and do the mastering and watch Dave do his magic.
Is that Air Show? Dave Glasser?
Yeah. So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, it's such a great studio.
Yeah, so he's going to walk out of there on Friday with the master, and then hopefully we can get him to play a little bit on the show next week.
Oh, absolutely. I bet we'll be able to convince him. You, Dave, are playing in John's band right now, playing drums.
Yep, that's right.
And John's played in my band in the past, and
right.
just such a great fellow and great writer.
He is. I'm really excited to have him here, and he's got a lot of great life stories too that I think we can get into that will be enjoyable. Let's get into a little bit of the music news. Would you like to start for Wednesday here?
Yeah, absolutely. This Wednesday, October 31st, Dave Coyle is playing at Rosalie's Pizzeria. Dave is such a great singer, just this powerful, boomy voice, and he writes songs like you haven't heard before. And Rosalie's Pizza just feels like home. It's such a great place to see a show.
Yeah, it's so cozy, and you get to be right up with the artist there, and it's so cool. If it's great to go see an artist that you care about there, because usually it kind of invites them to do a little bit of storytelling and a little bit of intermingling with the audience.
Yeah, they really let you. Rosalie's, it's like they say when you're playing a show, they're like, this is your event, and you do what you want to do. And $2 cheese squares.
You can't beat that. And you get announced at the beginning of the show.
It's so exciting. What else we got? What do we got on Thursday?
On Thursday at the Tasty Weasel, we've got the Jackson Cloud Band, which is just some really great classic rock. I've seen some stuff of them doing like Steppenwolf and things like that, which is totally my alley of music, and they just do a great ode to the originals. And then at St. Vraiten's Cidery, we've got Nick Critchlow, who's playing at 6 p.m. And at the Laughing Goat, we've got Mr. Tim himself as well as Molly Collier. And we're going to be splitting that set. I'm actually going to be playing that with you.
Yeah, we got a trio. You and Chad Mathis going to be on the bass.
Yeah, that's going to be really fun.
Yeah. I'm really excited for that one.
The Goat's a great little spot to play. I mean, they have just great drinks, and it's nice because the audience gets nice and cozy in there, and the people that are in there are generally people that want to listen to the music.
Yeah, and the acoustics are great, and they always have a guy running sound who does a good job. Yeah, that's one of the best places, I think, around here to go and listen to local singer-songwriters, for sure.
Absolutely.
And speaking of the best places, listening rooms for local singer-songwriters, Teresa Storch Duo and Kevin Dooley will be at Still Cellars on Thursday at 7 p.m. They are both just staples. I wasn't sure if I was going to say staples or singer-songwriters first.
Staple singer-songwriters.
Staple singer-songwriters of the area. I did a show with Teresa last week, and oh my God, her songs are so powerful.
I've yet to see her, so...
Oh, she's worth it.
I need to get out and do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and Kevin is like the grandfather of Longmont singer-songwriters.
He definitely is. Yeah, he's a fantastic guy and just such a nice fella. Mm-hmm. On Friday, also at the Laughing Goat, we've got Ramaya and the Troubadours playing at 8 p.m. Have you seen them?
I haven't, but I've heard such great things about those shows.
So have I. Yeah, we need to make it out to one of those. Yeah, the great thing about this show is we're going to get to make our own personal lists of like, oh, we need to get out and see these people,
Keep seeing these things pop up, and like that's exactly a must-see show.
Exactly. It looks like we got something going on at Bootstrap. What's going on over there?
Deborah Stafford and the State of Affairs at 6 p.m. Bootstrap Brewing. And they are another band that I have not heard.
Yeah, I have not heard them either.
But Bootstrap always brings in such good music.
Yeah, I was going to say, and I believe this is the Bootstrap here in Longmont.
Okay.
So they've kind of just started doing this whole, they've been doing like some tributes at their little venue there, and they had a Mad Dog Blues band there a couple weekends ago. So they're really starting to kind of get into the music thing here, which is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Up at Aggie Theater in Fort Collins, Dead Fish Orchestra is playing, who I've seen a number of times, and they are a great tribute to Grateful Dead and Fish. That's a highly recommended show for sure. And that brings us into Saturday.
Sweet. Well, we got Coop and the Chicken Pluckers, 4:30 p.m. at the Tasty Weasel here in Longmont on Saturday. Tasty Weasel is a great place.
Their weasels are very tasty.
The weasels are so good. It's like they marinate the weasels and
they
grill them
do.
up. But it's just, that's a great spot for like when you're taking an easy Saturday. Bike there.
Definitely.
It's going to be too cold to bike there, but
in the summer, it's a great place to bike, yes. And I mean, 4:30 p.m. show, so you can catch that one before you go out to Oscar Blues and check out Clandestine Amigo, who's playing at 8:30. You get 4 hours of music before that to kind of pregame at nice little beer spot, and then go over to the other Oscar Blues and tear it down with Clandestine.
Hell yeah! And if you'd like, you can probably take the brew hop trolley from place to place and just catch all the Longmont shows.
Yeah, Clandestine Amigo's a great band. Jessica Epler's band. They play some darker R&B kind of inspired music that's just fantastic. You would definitely be doing good going to that show.
Yeah, they've got such a strong band. Then we've got the Long Run and Eagles tribute band at Dickens Opera House at 7 p.m. I've heard such good things about the Long Run. I think they do all the concert series every summer.
Yeah.
And always draw big crowds, so that's sure to be good. And the Eagle songs.
Exactly.
You're going to like that.
I actually saw them where we're from, back in Nebraska a couple of years ago.
Really?
They played at the fair back there, and I saw them there. And
oh, that's cool.
They've got all the harmonies. They, all the songs.
You know them.
And then also on Saturday night, we've got Shotgun Lullaby at 8 p.m. at the Wild Game. No, I've not heard this band or been to this particular place.
I haven't either. I have not either. But it seems like Wild Game has been doing music most Saturdays.
Yeah.
And tend to do the bigger band stuff.
Right. That's great.
Should be worth it. Oh, moving on to Sunday. I think Sunday is the best day to go out and have a lazy day in Longmont, Colorado.
I agree with that.
And a good place to start would be the Tasty Weasel with the Farmer Sisters. Oh, the Farmer Sisters.
Yes.
They're one of my favorites around here.
Oh, they're fantastic.
Their harmonies, their songs, and just like the way they perform, they're just so unguarded and just
absolutely vulnerable.
It's so easy to just see right where they're coming from.
Yes. And they are at 3 p.m., correct?
3 p.m., yeah.
Yes. Also on Sunday, Andy Epler's playing at Left Hand Brewery at 4 p.m. So you could, catch an hour or so of the Farmer Sisters and head over to Left Hand. And then over at the Laughing Goat, who is just having a ton of music, which I love. Yeah. I love having them on our schedule 5 or 6 times. That's great. Mm-hmm. They've got Sam Paul, Bell Haas, and John Pierce over there at 8 o'clock on Sunday night. So if you're looking to party on Sunday night,
that's where you go. And they do a good job of curating music at the Laughing Goat.
Definitely.
I've met and played with shows with Bell Haas, and she's amazing.
Nice.
Really great songs and such a great voice. Then Monday, November 5th, the CU Boulder College of Music Student Showcase at 8 p.m. I've never been to one of those. Have you, Dave?
I've not, but I've heard exceptional things about the music student and the music program at CU, so I can only imagine that would be fantastic. In fact, I think I'm going to try to make it to that one.
Nice.
Yes.
It's a Monday.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do on a Monday?
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, yes, I'm going to try to make that. Maybe I could talk about that a little bit next week. And for Tuesday night, Grateful Dog Sessions at Rosalie's, which is an acoustic Grateful Dead tribute band. And they pull inspiration from Jerry Garcia Band and some Bob Weir originals as well. So that should be pretty fun. And then you, sir, are playing at the Old Mine at 6 p.m.
The Old Mine in Erie, Colorado. I think it's a fairly new spot. It's my first time playing there.
Okay.
But yeah, really excited. I drove there just a few days ago to drop off some posters and it's cozy and the food looks amazing. I know they've got cider there.
Oh,
and
nice.
Barbecue and pizza.
I love some cider.
Yeah, and I'm sure they have beer, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably. Well, awesome. That is covering it for our music news for the week. Next week, we're going to have John Bunsley in studio, who's going to be talking about his new album and playing a couple songs acoustic for us and playing a couple tracks off that album. So yes. I'm really excited about that. If you want to get your show on the SoundON Podcast, if you're a venue or an artist, make sure to email us at info@soundonpodcast.com and we will get you on our show. Thank you for listening.
Cheers, everybody.
And we'll see you next week.